A world of raw power, a universe of bad decisions. This is the epicenter of logging chaos and chainsaw catastrophes. Welcome to Machine Universe. Chainsaws are extremely dangerous in the hands of untrained weekend warriors. If you think hiring a professional is expensive, just wait until you hire an amateur.
Oh my God.
A newly rebuilt steel 090 AV chainsaw gets its first big test. We're witnessing pure, low-revving torque as it powers a 4-foot bar through a massive oak root ball, separating it from the trunk. For anyone wondering, this is a standard Swedish forestry technique for replanting. The operation, called trenching, cuts through the top organic layer. This allows new seedlings to be planted directly into the mineral soil, ensuring they get the critical moisture needed for survival and fast establishment. It might look like a movie, but the reality is just a tough grind. Are there any log haulers watching? Only you guys know the real struggle behind these dramatic scenes. Respect for keeping it moving.
¿Quieres a la dirección un poquito?
That suspension just filed a complaint. Too much load on board. You just hold your breath watching. The loaded Freightliner truck is on a narrow ledge, relying on a single tow cable. The margin for error here looks like zero. One slip seems catastrophic. The engineering here is fascinating, especially that rotor system with up to 20 blades. The Biber 84 chipper is designed to handle the shock of 2-foot thick logs without stalling that 510 horsepower engine. In Sweden, they tested it specifically on logging residue, and it still hit that massive 36 ton per hour mark. It's easy to get why Swedish loggers love running this thing. Just watching this older gentleman work is mesmerizing. He's wielding a chainsaw that probably weighs as much as a small child, cutting huge rounds of wood. The sound, the blue smoke, and the sawdust flying create a nostalgic scene. Funny how a rail, a chainsaw, and a bit of creativity suddenly turn someone into a backyard sawyer. The setup works around the idea of controlling blade travel. For light to medium logs, the system seems efficient and cost-effective compared with larger portable mills. What do you think? A fascinating tool for modern forestry. You see a dense thicket one moment, and then just wood chips the next. It's like a real-life MS Paint eraser.
You were so lucky.
A tree can catch you off guard quicker than you think.
She's big.
Utilizing a Coos Bay cut on a leaning, dying hardwood like this ash is highly controversial. While the operator claims safety and efficiency with a 24-inch bar, the resulting barber chair confirms the lack of directional control inherent in bypassing a proper face cut. Stay safe out there.
Woohoo! Oh boy.
Around the tree. You can use an undercut if you want the...
That ending completely caught me off guard. It starts as a serious tutorial and ends with a crushed truck. Nice work. It's 3 decades old but seems to outclimb modern equipment. LKT skidders are legendary in European forestry for their agility. Just watch the video. You'll get the picture fast. Absolute beasts battling the elements. The engines roar, tires spin, and the smell of diesel fills the air. It's a long, hard day of winching and fighting the snow. Just goes to show, the right gear changes the whole game. That John Deere setup makes it look so effortless. The wood just keeps moving. Investing in high-tech machinery really pays off when you see rugged forestry work turning into such a smooth production line. Big cedars often hide rot in the center, pretty standard for the wet coast, so predicting the fall is tough. Amazing! He nailed that Dutchman technique, essentially using a stepped cut to force the tree to leverage the tree around as it falls. Do you get a real sense of the complex challenges involved in logging this old-growth timber?
Directly over here. So it's like 8 foot 2 inches.
Unbooming sits right up there as one of logging's most dangerous moments.
That's a pretty long pipe you got there.
Smart way to handle roadside maintenance right here. The operator just swings the arm, grabs the wood, and feeds it right in without breaking a sweat. No struggling or back-breaking work involved. It basically replaces a whole crew with one machine. Forget the grinder for a second. Look at that power broom go. Never seen cleanup done so fast. It leaves the lawn looking incredibly neat and completely untouched. Moment every logger hopes to avoid, a barber chair. Oak is notorious for this. The tension in that wood is like a loaded spring. When it pops, it sends 1,000 pounds of wood flying instantly. Scary stuff. I am impressed that the homemade poker doesn't bend. Hitting a solid 3-foot stump with a 35-ton dozer puts massive stress on that metal. Whoever welded that knew exactly how to build for heavy abuse. Look at that rear tire popping off the ground. Is he trying to load the truck or do a wheelie? must have reversed quickly and slammed the brakes to let inertia do the work. No expensive dump bed needed for this 10-ton load. This driver is a genius. You can see a perfect demonstration of the so-called dangerous chainsaw kickback. Be careful, man. Holy cow, look at the girth on that beach. You'd never expect a tractor to even nudge something that heavy, let alone drag it through the woods. Yet the MB Track 1100 tractor is pulling that massive beach log through the mud like it's nothing but a twig. Root removal is tougher than it looks. You can't just pull. You have to sever the lateral roots first. The ripper attachment is perfect for slicing through the soil and breaking the hole before lifting. Perfect machine for anyone who feels they have too many fingers. It looks less like a tool and more like the Arm Remover 3000. Tree 2, truck 0.
Oh my god.
Here it comes.
Trying to save money by skipping professionals usually costs more in the end.
Yeah!
The front end is lifting off the ground like it wants to take flight, loading all that weight on the back axle on a snowy hill. What were they thinking? Crazy driving. Those skidder tracks look like a fun challenge for a dirt bike, but maybe not while the 635D skidder is working. It climbs better than most 4x4 trucks I know. Basically, it is a tank disguised as a tractor, turning the steepest hills into a casual Sunday drive for the logs. Urban forestry feels like a high-stakes balancing act. Since poplars only last about 30 years before becoming ticking time bombs, spotting rot in just one triggers a nervous reaction. You honestly have to take down the whole row just to sleep soundly. It's a tough call, but safety always comes first. Man, watching hands get that deep in the chute gives me anxiety. The rotating head is the game changer here. Being able to switch from felling a 40-foot tree to bucking logs on the ground without moving the machine makes this attachment incredibly versatile and fast. Stand on a ladder with a chainsaw running with no protective gear on and lean that ladder against the tree you are felling, which is steadied by a clothesline pulling in the wrong direction. The man is a genius.
Here we go.
He hit the trifecta of how to die mistakes. Shallow face, low back cut, and then he stopped and hesitated during the cut. You can actually see the tension release instantly. The scary part is wondering which way the jagged ends will whip. My hero. No fear in taking down a flaming candle. She is more confident and a better skilled feller than most men could wish to be.
One next.
Traversing between pines looks less like manual labor and more like an aerial stunt. The agility needed to handle heavy equipment while dangling is unnatural. Just a person, a machine, and a massive drop, showing exactly what high-stakes forestry really looks like. Blind corners and choking dust make this 40-ton run a nightmare. Only skilled drivers survive these narrow mountain roads. Come on, the torque on that skidder is seriously impressive given the conditions. It is a slow, messy wrestling match, but seeing them inch forward through that bog is actually pretty epic. Pure grit right there. Watch how that 2-ton log swings the moment it lifts off. That ground crew member has nowhere to run on that steep slope. He has to predict exactly where that massive timber will go or risk a fatal blow. David versus Goliath, forestry edition right here. That poor little loader is straining its guts out just to nudge a tree. My back feels relieved just watching this video. Using that black splitter saves you from wrestling with 500-pound rounds of heavy timber. Seriously interested in how this handles gnarly, crooked pine versus these perfect straight logs. The demo looks flawless, but real-world forestry is messy. If the price is right, it could be a solid investment for a small sawmill. Austrian engineering really shines with this setup. The way that Vario system adjusts billet size without swapping knives manually is just brilliant design. Definitely a dream machine for any serious firewood yard looking for precision.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Guess he wanted firewood and a reason to buy a new truck. Whoa! Did you see the front wheels lift off the ground? I thought the axle was going to snap in half. Crazy how much abuse that rusty gearbox can take without exploding into pieces. Looks like the pine was waiting years for this comeback moment.
Tuli rajat vastaan.
Kyllä, se on tärkeintä.
Oo.
On vähän liikaa, ettei päästä heikenä alas.
The trailer looks like it is bullying the ATV. Talk about asking a donkey to pull a freight train. Kudos to the little green beast for moving it. But that poor engine is probably screaming for mercy right now.
Helposti.
Liian helppo paikka.
Se saattaa olla, että siinä otti vähän aisakin kiinni.